We are currently receiving countless reports of an unidentified hostile organism that we'll refer to as alternates. Until we have a complete understanding of the threat, it's important to stay home, lock all doors and windows, and have access to a loaded firearm or any ranged weapon at all times. You will know if an alternate exists solely based on their physical characteristics. If you see another person that looks identical to you, run away and hide. If you see a person that has a biologically impossible characteristic, run away and hide. If one manages to break into your home, refrain from any kind of communication or contact with the threat. These intelligent life forms utilize elements of psychological warfare to take advantage of their victims. While we heavily discourage any form of contact or communication with an alternate, we make exceptions for attempts at executing them yourself.
It's okay. It's okay. What's wrong, honey? Everything's gonna be okay. There's no need to cry.
Hey, what's up?
You started crying again. At the same time, I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry, I just don't know how to help you anymore. Are you absolutely sure it's not the...
No, I keep telling you, it's not. I've had it unplugged for weeks now.
I mean, I guess I can come over and help you figure it out. Are you free tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night? You promise you'll actually come over this time? He's still your child too, you know.
I swear to God, Lynn, if this is just an imaginary friend or something, I'm gonna lose it.
What do you mean? Do you realize how young he is?
I think that it'll be so overpopulated that there'll all be wars. All nuclear explosions and everything.
So I just tend to today's chores and let the good Lord worry about tomorrow.
What about us?
We'll always have Paris.
Speed hundreds of telephone calls as well as television programs.
nothing but enlightening, to say the least. I learned a lot about myself, and I hope my colleagues in this room have learned just as much about me as well. I will never stand down for my base values, no matter how far up the ladder I go. While I may not be the most outspoken type, I protect and serve my city with pride, and I'm grateful to be rewarded as such. Thank you all.
That day, I was so lost in song, I didn't hear my grandma trying to warn me.
MAD is a result of exposure to verbal information that is not desired to be known. The rate of death by suicides in patients diagnosed with MAD is 97%, but don't worry. The remaining 3% makes it worth trying to reverse the delusion. Avoiding the root causes of metaphysical awareness disorder development is the first step to being safe. First, avoid excessively frequent religious practices. Avoid unnecessary beliefs and philosophical implications. Last but not least, looking after your loved ones is a key factor for maintaining mental stability.
While at the station, a situation may occur where the local 911 dispatchers run out of operators to handle calls, so they are given to us instead. There are 3, and only 3, scenarios that you will handle with a caller. When a caller needs the police, send available personnel to the address. When the caller has a fire-related emergency, contact our neighboring fire department with the address and a brief description of the event. When the caller has a medical emergency, immediately contact the Mandela Community Hospital. here at the Mandela County Police Department, we thank you for viewing this instruction.
Another thing to remake, another patient mistake, another self-humiliation, a better day, happy that I won't be long. Does anyone belong? So I end a lonely day feeling totally okay. Wave goodbye to anger, will you miss me? I knew it so well like a longtime friend. We'll never be friends again. I don't really know if they still love me, and I don't know if they still care, but all I really know is I'm not sorry, cause I am on my own with no one there to make me feel alone when they are with me. It sounds insane, but au contraire, I'm cutting off the parts that kill the body because they never played me fair and square, and I feel fucking awesome. I'm alone and I'm free, cause there's nothing really wrong with me, and I know it doesn't matter, no matter what they tell me. Done living for someone else's time on someone else's dime, so I'm drawing my line in the sand, cause I know it doesn't matter.
Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, hello. Now, you may be thinking, who is this voice speaking to me through my television set? Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Stanley. It is very nice to meet you. Consider me a friend, because I might consider you one too. I like having friends. How many friends do you have? That's great. Would you like to know a secret of mine? I can make friends appear out of thin air. What was that? You want to know how? Well, I can tell you, but you have to promise me that I am one of your friends first. Great. First, we must consider what makes up a good friend. What do they sound like? What do they look like? What colored eyes do they have? Always remember the most important rule. If there is a new friend that lives in your head, it is best. They're just as scared as you are. Okay. Have a friend in mind? Great. I think it's time to meet your new friend. Now just close your eyes and think really hard about your new friend. Can you keep an even bigger secret? I think it worked. Your new friend is somewhere in your house. Now it's up to you to go and find them.
Everything must go.
Mahatma Market.
Going out of business. Hurry down now and save up to 70% on all items sold at cost. Time is running out. This is your chance to buy that dash cam you've always wanted.
Don't forget to check out a once-in-a-lifetime analog television attraction available till close.
Mahatma Market.
Going out of business sale. Hurry in today or visit us online at
www.mahatmamarket.com.
Welcome to Face Studio 2.
Check the manual for more detailed instructions. Trademark Mandela Tech 2000. Welcome to Face Studio 2, a revolutionary software that can make your face say anything you want, at the touch of a button. All we need from you is your personal details and 3 photos of your face, demonstrated on screen now. Once we have your photos, we will be able to save your facial profile to our database. We will never share your data. Once the upload is complete, you can type in anything that you want your face of choice to say. A new feature with Face Studio 2 is the ability to customize your face even further. Several faces can be saved onto Face Studio 2, creating magical fun for everyone. It's truly a wonder that digital technology has come and saved us all. Make sure to spread the word to your family and friends about the new and improved Face Studio 2, available for free on most personal computers. Do your part in creating a better reality. A thriving society of followers of the truth say as a tangled limb danced around my bedroom. I held my breath and waited for it to stop. I was too scared to made my relationship rude.
What's going on, Adam? Who are you talking to? You need to call me back now. I don't know what's going on. Please don't make me have to worry about you. Please call me back. Please.
Fellow Americans, for the past few months, our citizens have been under attack by a new and deadly force, a fungus that affects the minds of our citizens and causes them to kill other people. Our scientists and police forces have been making efforts to contain and treat the infected, but it's only had a minimal effect. I have also declared an emergency in San Diego City, so I now advise every citizen to stay inside. If we don't act now, this may escalate into a countrywide epidemic. We may possibly deal with hundreds of thousands of deaths. I wouldn't want that on my citizens. I hope we are able to get through this. Thank you.
Minahako in roughly 25 miles south from here. I'll be hiking through the Alturas Douradas trail around 3 p.m. Hopefully, I'll be back before nightfall because temperatures can plunge down to 32 over there, especially in January. Which month? I made it stop. I didn't feel my way on the top since I didn't want to waste my take on long and mundane walks. It's quite a good view up here. Hello? Hello? You need help? Hello? What's going on there? Anyone in here?
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Mr. Charlie Puth on keys.
And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. Night fell upon them in an instant, and all the color was drained from the world. An angel appeared to them, and they were terrified. The angel fooled them, just like he planned. But there was more work to be done.
It does not need to be that way. You are not the first. There are so many more. Nothing has been done yet. He has a lot of convincing to do. Until then, trust nobody. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me?
Where am I?
What do you mean? You're in my home. You've been here for a while.
He's here.
What?
I know his presence.
Who's he? Everybody left town. It's just you and me. Just what I prayed for. Look at me. What's wrong?
Please, no. Are you there?
Welcome to Far History, where we explore Earth's huge past. Today, we ask the question, where did life originate? Well, there are a bunch of theories surrounding this, so let's get right into them. Our first theory is abiogenesis, life from no life. It proposes that organic beings originated from non-living matter in hydrothermal vents. This creates a chemical soup that may have caused a reaction, creating the simplest forms of life. In the last episode, I told you that the Earth was literally hell. So how could life survive in such conditions? Well, Earth only stayed hell until oceans appeared around 200 million years since the Earth's formation. Water is the most important ingredient to life. Without it, life would have never flourished. It also helped cool the Earth down to a relatively comfortable 212 Fahrenheit. Thanks for me. Now this theory is a bit more far off, but it's the most interesting. It suggests that life came from another world and exists throughout the universe. When asteroids or other space dust hit a fertile planet, some of its debris gets ejected back into space, possibly containing life forms. Around 4.1 to 3.8 billion years ago, the Earth experienced a late heavy bombardment, possibly indicating that life may have arrived from those asteroids.
outbreak. I stayed in my basement for a whole year. Yeah. I had to get used to living in such a claustrophobic space where I'd risk getting infected or brutally murdered by those psychos. The tricky part was getting food. I'd carefully walk around streets with a gas mask, avoiding the infested areas, and the competition for food was like really, really high. So lots of fights would happen. The supermarkets that were abandoned, with like a high chance of like a smiler, intervening. And I got to witness one myself. God, oh my God, it was the bloodiest thing I have ever seen. It was insane. And later on, the outbreak, we learned that these like seemingly unstoppable variant Cs could be burned by heat and caustic. And it was quite the revelation that we needed, because we realized that we could fight back with these, impossible to kill spiralers. And I mean, those creatures could lift cars and survive bullets. And they were really scary because they also don't really even look like humans anymore. So when it finally ended, I decided to move to San Francisco for good, because initially I was too traumatized to stay in that city. Went through a violent outbreak. And since then, I've led a peaceful life, got married, had a child, but, that whole outbreak, it feels like it just ended yesterday. It's hard to believe it was 20 years ago. Time flies.
Good afternoon, Miss Campbell. I'm here just to ask you a few questions. I know this whole situation right now is a lot for you to handle. Being locked away in a room, far from your loved ones, and subject to rigorous tests that have probably pushed you past the point of exhaustion. But the reason for this is that you might be able to help us end this whole epidemic. It has been 3 weeks since you were diagnosed with the fungus. How are you feeling right now?
I'm fine. Facial pain's been gone for 2 days, though my cough's gotten worse.
You've completely lost your urge to smile, right?
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. You're the first person to have this variant of the disease that we are aware of. Every case prior to yours has ended in a violent death. You seem to